So in the last episode got up to quite a bit of good things going on here. We got some cows, we got a mine shaft all set up, we got a little basic field set it up over here. We have this beautiful house with a beautiful tree, and we also have a villager breeder. But the thing that I'm missing the most is iron. So I figured we'd kick today's episode off with actually starting up the project over here that I did teach you guys in the last episode of creating an iron farm, because I'm running out of iron and I need iron stuff, and that is why I got some of this stuff in my inventory. So let's make an iron farm, shall we?
I'm dead.
I begin digging down to create the villager holding cell. With this wooden slab and trapdoor partition allows the zombie to see, but no touchy, of the villagers, causing them to be scared to summon an iron golem. By digging this area out makes this the only spawnable space for the iron golems. Now we all know working with villagers can be the most enjoyable thing in the world. When I realized that a couple of villagers decided to eat themselves into the killing chamber for the iron golems, I had a moment of realization to remove the lava in hopes that it would help. And looky here, we got iron golems spawning where they are supposed to be. So now we have infinite iron. Alright, so now that we got our hands on infinite iron, I'm not quite too happy. I'm a bit greedy if you ask me. By greedy, I mean I need more things to trade with these villagers.
Hello.
But in order to get anywhere near that, I need to upgrade the mine shaft.
It's a nice day we haven't. Excuse me.
But in order to do that, I need to get more stuff. By more stuff,
How are you today?
gonna make a bunch of tools, gonna expand on the mine shaft, and hopefully in today's episode we can get some diamonds and actually get an enchantment set up and have
Are you
all
sure?
kinds of good things.
I like potatoes too, you know.
Don't you guys agree?
Huh.
Don't you think we need some pretty
is
blue
this?
rocks? No? Alright. They don't know what they're
Wanna
talking
trade
about.
some emeralds, good sir?
You know, I completely forgot exactly how difficult it is to try to create a 3x4 mine shaft going all the way down to -64 with just iron tools. No enchantments, nothing fancy, just plain old iron pickaxes, and it did get kind of more of a pain once I hit this water pocket. I didn't realize just how big this water pocket was until I had to try to remove it from the actual staircase. But anyway, see my reactions when I finally get down to -64, or almost -64. Wow, I had just enough torches. This cave is so huge. So what I want to be able to do is actually transform this little section right here into like a little storage unit slash train station, if you will. That the minecart is going to come all the way up here. It's going to stop up into here and maybe even figure out some auto unloading. So that way, one, I don't have to lug up and down these stairs myself, and I can just put a bunch of items into the minecart chest and send it all the way up here. And then I can convert this whole space into almost like an open, like mine shaft concept to have this completely open. So what I need to do is replace all of these stone blocks right here down the middle into these stone bricks, and then stone bricks into the deep slate bricks. And then what I need to do is just run these deep slate bricks all the way down to the bottom. In order to do that though, I'm going to need a lot of redstone and I'm going to need a lot of gold. So I'm going to challenge myself to a 1-hour mining session to see if I can get 1, shiny blue rocks, 2, some gold, 3, some redstone, because I'm going to need a lot of powered rails. So I'll see you guys back here in roughly about an hour or so. Well, folks, it's been exactly 1 hour, and I came across quite a few caves, so I was able to gather up quite a bit of good resources. However, I'm not entirely sure if I did gather up enough gold, but I did get a lot of good juicy loot of other things, of very important resources that I was itching to gather, itching to get, that I must have, because, you know, iron just isn't going to cut it for me anymore. I need that more shiny blue look, because this iron, it's looking a bit boring. Now that I've cleaned out my entire inventory of all of the junk of the stone and tuff and gravel and all of that stuff that we don't really care to see, this is what the big haul was. 4 and a little over half stacks of redstone dust. We have 23 raw gold and 31 diamonds. So that means not only can I get a full set of diamond tools, I can do a full set of diamond armor, and I can actually make an enchantment table. Which, if you recall, I did see a little lava pool, actually quite a few of those down there in the strip mine. So I'm going to gather up some obsidian. I'm going to breed up these cows, get enough leather and paper situated so that way, that's right. The next thing is we're going to build a little cool enchantment setup. Because while I'm waiting for all this gold to smelt down and actually do the science behind figuring out how many powered rails I'm going to need, 2 regular rails, to transport myself and a chest all the way back up to the top of the mine shaft. So I don't have to take the stairs, because efficiency, right? We got to be efficient in this world. There's no excuse for not being efficient. So while I'm waiting for the lab results to come back on how many powered rails I'm going to need to actually transport our butts and items from the bottom of the mine shaft all the way up here to the top. And I'm thinking this section right here is going to look very nice for the enchantment tower. That's right. Going to build ourselves an enchantment tower so we can actually enchant these tools and actually, say goodbye to this gross iron stuff because I got diamonds now. We don't need to be rocking iron stuff anymore. That iron farm over there is just going to supply us for iron rails, hoppers, and decorative blocks such as these beautiful lanterns, iron bars, etc., etc. But before I can do that, I need to tear down this ugly house, and also I need to take some of the mossy cobble from it, because I still have yet to find moss, and I need to find moss really soon. So let's take this down, and then we'll start working on the enchantment tower. And then hopefully we can actually get the results back from the lab of how many powered rails I need to regular rails to transport my button items up to the top of the mine shaft. Woo! So now that the enchantment tower is actually complete, I was really excited to actually do some level 30 enchantments. However, a creeper did get to me and I lost all of my levels, which you can see right over there. I was standing back taking some pictures to reminisce on this build of how beautiful it is, and a creeper snuck up behind me and blew me up right there. But the lab results did come in, so it's time to actually build up the minecart system to go all the way down to the bottom of the mine. So let's get that built up, because, it needs to be done today. I promised you we're going to build an awesome mine. We're going to build an awesome mine. So yeah, like I said, I got this all built up. It's nice and beautiful looking. No, right? Yeah, it needs some work. I need to come up with designs and everything to actually figure out what I'm going to do for the corridors, all the way going down on the walls, which I'm thinking I'm going to mimic the same thing coming all the way down. However, I do want to leave this open, so it's like your typical mine shafts that, like those down there, actually, prime example, which we should probably explore that at some point. But make this look open, maybe do some cool builds down here, like set up some shops for villagers or something. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. But I know I want to dedicate this space behind me to storage of like all of our mining stuff and stones, because it does take up a lot of space, and I don't want to like have to build onto the starter house or build a giant storage hall. I want to have different storage locations across this entire world for different segments. So maybe this will be like the mining quarry of the world. So we can come down here, grab whatever we need for stone resources, or be like, hey, I need to grab some diorite. I need to gather up some granite or andesite or tuff or anything. It's like, all right, let's head to the mines. Let's head over here to this area, and then boom, bada bing, bada boom. We got all kinds of things. It is a bit of a slow drive going all the way from the bottom to the top of this because of how far apart I spaced these rails. Every 3 rails, I put down a powered rail because I didn't quite have enough of the resources that I really did need. However, I did run out of time for this episode, but in next episode, you know what we're going to do? You want to know what we're going to do? We're probably going to go to the end. Maybe the end, or maybe the nether. I don't know. You guys take a guess down there in the comments and see which dimension that we're actually going to go into. Either the end, or the nether. But anyways, guys, have yourselves a good day.